Hey there, I'm Alan Matthews from Classical Guitar Shed, and in this video we're going to be looking at the 8 most common rhythms. And it's not so much that even these are common rhythms, it's a way to think about rhythm so that whatever rhythm you encounter, you have a way to figure it out. So we'll do that in 2 shakes. So before we look at the actual 8 most common rhythms, let's just look at rhythm in general. All right, so here we have the most common rhythms, 8 most common rhythms in this left column here, and you can look below to get this sheet if you'd like to. So we start off with, in this column, we have a whole note up at the top which gets 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go through every possible combination of ways to use this 4. So we have 1 note within the 4, then we have 2 notes within the 4. This is each of them getting 2 beats, right? And then down here we have a 1 and 3, so a 1 beat plus a 3 beats, or a 3 beat plus a 1 beat. And this is all of the different ways that we can use this 4 beats. We can divide this 4 beats. We can have all of the 4. We can have these combinations of 3, so 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, or 2, 1, 1. And so those are the different combinations that all make up 4. If we took 4 sticks, then these are all the different ways that we could operate with them. So then how does this translate into all of these other ones? So whenever we see rhythms like this, like these crazy rhythms, or even 32nd notes and 64ths and everything else, how do we make sense of those on the page? Well, this is where it really pays to master these 8 common ones with basic half notes, whole notes, quarter notes, and dotted half notes. So these 8 rhythms become the big picture, the mirror images of all the smaller rhythms. So if we think of, here we split, and the lowest common note was a quarter note in the first one. So here we have, this is all quarter note based. Well, in the second column here, we have an 8th note base. So instead of 4 quarter notes making up a big whole note, we have 4 8th notes making up a half note. So what we just did is we just took this and we cut it in half. But the exact same rhythms apply. So if we split things by 8th notes, then we have these exact same combinations, these exact same possibilities of combinations of notes. So then the thing to do is to look at this particular rhythm here, and whenever you see that, learn to equate it with this one. So instead of it being a weird rhythm, it's just, oh, this is just a 1, then a 2, then a 1. Instead of, okay, it's these weird offset, syncopated, like offbeat 8th note things. Instead, zoom it out. In other words, subtract a flag from the 8th notes. That's an 8th note. We could just get rid of the flag, turn all the quarter notes into half notes, just double everything so that it becomes a big, simple rhythm. Even down here in the 16th note column, where we have now the whole note has now become a quarter note, and now a 16th note is our set of 4. The exact same things apply. So if you look across, the 1, 1, 2 right here is the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is the same as 1 and 2, or 1 E and. So they're all the exact same rhythm, just in different scales. So we're just looking at different magnitudes of scale. Once you know that, then you can look at these and then translate them into something that's easier to think about. So if you have a page and you're playing a Bach partita or something, and it's just the rhythms are all over the place and you're looking at it, then what you can do then is for each beat or each 2 beats, you can zoom it out and look at this and have a way to count it and clap it out loud. And knowing how to count is really helpful. And the counts are written on this particular sheet. 1, 2, 3, 4 for quarter notes, 1 and 2 and for 8th notes, and 1 E and for 16th notes, 1 E and a 2 E and a. So this is a way to think about rhythm, to decipher rhythm, so that whenever you see rhythms, you have a way to figure out what they are and count them, put your guitar down, clap them out loud, figure them out, and then you can just speed it up, put it into the context of the piece, and you've got a very clear rhythm, instead of just guessing or listening and just trying to wing it, or throwing up your hands in despair and just quitting that piece altogether. Instead, you have a way to work with it. So these are the 8 most common rhythms. This is all the duple. This does not include triplets or anything like that, but there's a bit of similarity. If you started looking at triplets, you could look and use the same basic philosophy on triplets as well. But these are the most common rhythms that you will find. If you just memorize and if you just get really good at these, then the world is your oyster. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.